Store the candles in the back until the lucky devil comes to pick them up on Tuesday. Now, the kerosene and the soap, they can get loaded onto the pallet for the Midnight Star. And all the winches in my office, well, they're earmarked for the Rattler. She's scheduled to sail in late this afternoon.
What about the Windjammer?
Sorry, did you say you're with the Windjammer?
No, I was looking for her. She was supposed to be resupplying right about now.
Who are you?
I'm the one asking questions. So where is she?
I think you'd better leave.
And I think you'd better talk. Look, it's really simple. We didn't see the ship in the harbor. So, is she late getting in from Fiji?
No, she's not late.
Where is she then?
She was early. She came and left 2 hours ago.
Uh-huh. Was there a passenger on board called Ryan Wheeler?
I don't know.
You'll lie to me. It makes me angry. And you won't like me angry.
I swear I don't know. Passengers don't disembark when we supply the ship. Well, I don't know who's on board.
It's too bad. What's your name?
Harry.
Harry. That's nice. Harry, do you have a wife?
Yeah.
Well, I hope she looks good in black. Spitz's information is getting a bit sloppy.
She's only 2 hours out. We'll catch her.
What if Wheeler's not on board?
That came from my sources. He'll be there.
He'd better be. I do hate loose ends.
Billy and Cooper, they have to be around here somewhere.
I'm sorry I didn't get here sooner, Harry. Did you find them?
2 bullets in the back. A piece. They did.
That's her.
Regular drill?
Ship in distress. We need their help.
We loot her as well?
You can take anything. All I want is Wheeler and that compass.
And what about the other passengers?
We've used enough ammunition for today. Let them drift. A couple of days in the sun. There'll be a nice treat for the sharks.
I thought men of the cloth were supposed to show compassion.
Oh, only in spiritual matters. Check.
What's that noise?
Sounds like we're dropping anchor. Just dropped another game. Checkmate.
What's going on up there?
Slight change of plans, ladies and gentlemen. You'll all just follow me on deck.
What's happening?
Anybody else have any questions? I thought not. Let's go.
I'm so sorry about that bullet. My crew gets a little bit overeager sometimes. Now point out Ryan Wheeler. Nobody else gets hurt.
Move it.
Watch him. Send me Wheeler.
Is that him?
Yes.
Mr. Wheeler, this is your lucky day. Answer my question correctly and you win a prize. Where's the gyro compass?
I don't have it.
That's the wrong answer. You're getting off on the wrong foot with me.
For God's sake, where are you taking him?
See to your own fate. Be grateful we're letting you live.
Then let the captain come with us.
The captain always goes down with a ship, didn't you know that?
You've got the ship. There's no need to let him die.
Somebody has to. Would you rather I kill everybody in your lifeboat?
Shut up, River.
Have a nice trip.
I guess I know how your trip was.
More like on my cable?
Wasn't Isabel with you when you found Harry?
No, we dropped her off in Rarotonga. We left her buying up every horse in sight.
Is Mole in his office?
Yeah, he wants to see you right away.
Thanks.
It doesn't seem a small supply station would warrant an attack like this.
I guess it was large enough. These are all the sites of recent pirate attacks?
I thought when you and Mauriri took Bully Forbes down, that would be the last of it. Was there a ship called the Windjammer at the station when you arrived?
No, the Rattler was the only ship in the harbour.
Well, did you see her approaching or leaving the harbour?
No, I didn't.
So you have no idea whether she was ever at the station?
Tell me if I'm crazy, Lieutenant, but I get the feeling you lost a ship.
Well, I'd appreciate it if you'd keep an eye out for her. She was due in Matavai yesterday.
I'd be happy to. But why is she so important to you?
Just let me know if you see her.
know, the ship probably belongs to the French government.
No, it doesn't. I checked with the ship's registry. The Windjammer's based out of Sydney.
The Windjammer?
Yeah, that's the ship Molly's looking for.
Colin was supposed to return from Fiji on that ship. He's been counseling a missionary group there.
Maybe I better break up Mauriri's homecoming.
You're late.
Spitzer, we ran into a few problems.
Your husband was never late for meetings.
If you can find him, you're welcome to go back into business with him.
Kurt was never as good a spy as you are. My government probably should have been working with you in the first place.
Kurt taught me everything I know.
I wonder.
You need some new informers. The Windjammer was not at the station when we got there.
So you don't have Wheeler?
Of course we have him. We don't have the compass. It's still in the design stage.
Do you have the drawings?
No. He threw them overboard when we were on the raid.
So you have nothing to sell me?
I didn't say that. Tashman is with him at our camp, making sure he redraws the design. So our little deal is still on.
Jenny DeVal will be down with the German consul.
Oh, gee, I don't know. Maybe he's shopping? David, the new tuning blocks we've ordered have just arrived. We'd sail better if we installed them before we hit it off. It takes half an hour.
Well, you go on ahead and pick them up. I'll catch up.
Who are you more interested in? The consul or the girl?
Well, who do you think?
She's Gunther's widow. I doubt she likes you very much.
A charming girl like me. How could she resist? Jenny. I haven't seen you in a while. How have you been?
I didn't know you were monitoring my whereabouts, Grief.
Oh, please. Call me David.
I'll stick with Grief. That suits you better.
I didn't know you and Klaus Spitzer were friends.
Well, he's the German trade attaché. He and my husband had some business together.
He seems like a good man. Lousy at poker, though.
He says you cheat.
Yes. Only when the game gets dull, which is pretty much whenever Spitzer plays.
You know, Grief, I'm very surprised you're talking to me. I know you were not very fond of my husband.
Yes, well, Gunther and I did have our differences, but I've got nothing against you.
Good. He had differences with a lot of people, even with me.
Yes, he was a real bastard sometimes.
He was still my husband, so I thank you not to speak ill of him in front of me.
I'm sorry, I was completely out of line.
You should be more sensitive when you're talking to people.
Yes, you're right. It's good advice. For all men. So on behalf of my entire blundering gender, I apologize.
Whoops.
Oh, dear. I'm not doing too well here, am I?
No.
Look, I hope you'll let me make this up to you and buy you a drink sometime. Marie and I are headed out now, but if we can catch up another time.
That will be very nice. Lavinia? Could you send me a pot of tea to my room, please?
Yes, of course.
He's a gentleman, that David Grief. You obviously know that, don't you? Unless I'm misinformed, aren't the two of you...
Not for some time now.
Well, seeing you both in one room, one gets the impression that it's different.
We were together for 5 years. It's hard to pretend it never happened.
That's longer than Kurt and I had together. Must have been hard for you to let go.
It was hard. But once I'd made up my mind, I knew I'd made the right choice.
I don't know many women with that kind of strength.
Sometimes I don't feel so strong. You go to your room. I'll have this brought up.
Thank you.
Oh, giving up already?
She's playing a little hard to get.
Or maybe she's not playing.
Lieutenant, we're heading out to look for the Windjammer.
Oh, yeah, don't mind about that. There are more pressing issues at hand. An Australian ship sighted her about an hour ago. She was several miles offshore.
Well, that's good news, isn't it?
Not in this case. She's being towed into harbor.
Towed? Is she crippled?
The captain's dead, and all the crew are missing. Looks like the ship was parked.
Was Colin aboard?
No. And we have no idea where he or the other passengers are.
I saw Morley talking with Grief and Mauriri. I'm afraid they might go look for the lifeboat. Do you think those people are dead?
It's only been 3 days. They could still be alive.
Could they identify you?
I don't think so. The captain and Wheeler were the only ones who really looked at me. Colin Trent might have had a glance. And the others might be able to identify Tashman.
We've got to find out what Morley knows.
And I've got to be with Grief if he wants to rescue those people.
And what are you going to do? Kill them all?
If I have to.
Don't be ridiculous, you blow our cover. Just find out what the passengers know before they can spread it through town.
Look, I don't tell you how to be a diplomat. So don't tell me how to run my game.
Now, the Australians found the windjammer here. There's a lifeboat missing, but the oars were still on board the ship.
Colin could be alive.
Where was she last seen before she disappeared?
The Cook Islands.
Which ain't that far from the supply station that was attacked. So, assuming she made it there...
And with the winds as strong as they've been this past week, a ship travelling from the supply station to Matavai could be anywhere in this area.
That's a pretty big area, Grief.
Which is why we need your help. If you can get the Australians to cover this area, Mauriri and I can cover here.
And I'm sure the Americans will help as well.
Why would the Americans want to help find an Australian ship?
Well, come on, let's go. We have work to do.
Grief?
Don't take too long.
Grief, I just heard that the windjammer was found, but that Colin Trent is missing. Is it true that Morley's asking people to help find the lifeboat?
Yes, Mauriri and I headed out now.
I want to come with you.
I beg your pardon?
Yes, I used to sail a lot with Kurt. I promise I'll be more than just ballast.
I don't know, this is going to be some pleasure trip.
I know what it's going to be. Perhaps Colin is dead. Look, he was very kind to me. He helped me through Kurt's death. Grief, I didn't find my husband. Perhaps this time I can make a difference.
All right, if it's that important to you.
Yes, it is.
Reverend, you haven't had anything to drink for 2 days. You can't keep giving your water to everyone else.
I drank some rainwater last night. Nobody's going to find us. We're all going to die out here.
Oh, shut up. I don't want to listen to you anymore.
Please, this isn't doing us any good. So what are we supposed to do, Reverend? Just trust that God will get us out of this? He's done a hell of a job so far. Alive, aren't we? For the time being. Focus on the time being. We give up now, we're as good as dead.
Is anyone even looking for us?
Have faith. Just need to hold on a little while.
Reverend Trent, are you all right?
Don't waste it. He's gone.
With this wind, we should reach the site where the windjammer was found in about an hour.
Good.
So, why didn't you go back home to your family when Gunter died?
Well, he was my family. My mother was killed when I was a girl. Stepped right in front of me on a steamer taking us to a new life in America.
I'm sorry.
It's okay.
And your father?
He died soon after we got there. I had to learn to take care of myself very soon. And then Kurt came along and did it for me.
Where did you meet him?
I scraped together passage from New Orleans to Sydney. And then I ran out of money. I hadn't eaten in days. I was in bad shape.
And Gunter fed you?
I was desperate. I think I would have done anything to survive. Anything. I offered myself to Gunter. He didn't take advantage. He just bought me dinner, cleaned me up, and... My God, what he must think of me.
You've got a lot of courage. You did what you had to do.
Yes. I think if I hadn't met Kurt, I would have ended in jail, or worse. I'll never know what made him decide to take a chance on me.
Ooh, I've got a pretty good idea.
I wish I'd been able to find him alive. Anyway, I hope we can do that for Colin.
If anyone's hurt him, I'll make it my business to see they pay.
So this, gyro compass.
How does it work? It's a compass with a continuously spinning axis confined to a horizontal plane. That way, the Earth's rotation causes it to assume a position parallel to the Earth's axis, and therefore point to true north.
Huh? And in English?
It's the first ship's compass to compensate for the motion of a vessel at sea. It'll provide navigational accuracy we can only dream of now.
Then it is worth a fortune. Why didn't you build it before?
My country paid for the research. I was en route to a university in America that was going to pay for the design construction.
You better have that design finished when Jenny gets back.
And if it's not?
You get a first-hand look at Jenny's temper. That'll be your last look, too.
We've covered these 6 islands already.
So assuming the tide has carried the survivors, these 4 coves are our best bet.
Assuming they're still alive.
No, look.
Are they alive?
I couldn't see anybody.
Let's hope for the best.
You know who did that to you?
So many. I don't really know. I don't want to remember.
Let's go. Is he alive?
I can't tell. Colin? Colin, do you know who I am?
Van. Fancy meeting you here.
He's all right. Let's get him on board.
How's he doing?
He's not well. He's suffering from exposure and he's having chills. He's so dehydrated he can't even talk. Did you manage to speak to the other passengers? Find out who attacked them?
Yeah, 4 men. No distinguishing features. They also said the pirates took one of the passengers with them.
Who?
A guy named Ryan Wheeler. Apparently Colin spent more time with him than anyone else. So I was hoping you might know why.
Well, he should be awake in a couple of hours. Why don't you come back then?
Jenny?
So, what have you been up to?
Science boy is still drawing, but he seems to be working pretty slow.
Is that true? You're stalling for time?
No, I swear, it's just a complicated design.
It isn't
Really.
complicated enough. I don't know much about science, but this drawing hasn't enough detail.
Look, you're mistaken. Really, what?
Don't take me for a fool. I won't forgive you any other mistakes.
Things okay in town?
Wonderful. I'm the distraught widow. Nobody suspects anything.
We followed?
Probably just an animal. Hey! Cut him off!
Wheeler!
Wheeler. It's so rude to leave as soon as the hostess arrives.
You gave us quite a scare there, Colin.
And you and me. When I first saw Jenny, I thought she was an angel come to take me to heaven.
Do you have any idea why Ryan Wheeler was taken from the ship?
No, I'm afraid not.
Can you tell us anything about him? Did he have money? Enemies?
I don't know. He was very quiet, bookish, an Australian inventor of sorts.
What type of things did he invent?
I'm not sure. He was very closed mouth about it.
Colin, was there anything out of the ordinary about this guy?
Not in his demeanor. But when he heard the men coming to take us away, he stuffed some papers into his shirt.
Papers? What sort of papers?
I really couldn't tell. They were rolled up in a tube. Always kept it nearby.
Thanks. You should get some rest. Oh, Colin. Do you know why the Windjammer's captain was killed?
There was no reason. They just did it to be cruel.
I've never heard of this Wheeler character.
Neither have I, but I'd sure like to know what he invented.
Is Colin away?
Mm-hmm. But if his appetite isn't back, I'd be happy to finish that off.
Oh, by the way, Molay's been looking all over for you two. He wants to see you both right away. Oh, and tell him I am not your messenger girl anymore.
Doesn't he ever bother anyone else? You wanted to see us, Lieutenant?
Yes. I've been authorized to hire you for a search mission.
What are you missing now?
I can assure you the money we're prepared to offer would make it worth your while.
We're not mind readers. It might help us if you told us what you wanted us to do.
The Americans and the Australians want you to find the man who was taken from the Windjammer.
Ryan Wheeler.
How did you know his name?
What did he invent that's so important? And since when did the French government take messages for other countries?
Well, I'm afraid I'm not at liberty to give details.
Then we're not at liberty?
No, wait. The Windjammer was pirated in French waters, so we're responsible. If we act now, the Americans and Australians will be indebted to my government. If not, well, there could be international ramifications.
Wheeler's invention is that important.
Well, it was funded by both countries, and it has significant military implications.
What is it? A weapon?
Not exactly, but it could be disastrous if it were to fall into the wrong hands.
Sounds like it's in the wrong hands already.
I bet you never even knew what hit you, did you? Huh.
So, what's the matter?
Nothing.
Is this a waste of time? You think those pirates have already killed Wheeler?
I think Liani's going to kill me for leaving again so soon.
Well, if you're not at the ship in an hour, I'll send some of Morley's troops in to get you.
Hi.
Hello.
Well, stranger, you've got time for that drink now?
I can't, I'm sorry. Believe it or not, I'm off on another search and rescue mission.
You gotta find a better excuse if you're trying to avoid me.
That's the truth. There's a man on the Windjammer who's still missing.
Oh. Ryan Wheeler?
Yes. How did you know?
Well, I'm a friend of the German consul, remember? Spitzer mentioned Wheeler's name. He's a kind of an inventor, isn't he?
Yeah. Do you know what he invented?
No. But I might be able to find out if that could help.
Yes, well, Molly has been a little slippery about the whole thing, and I wouldn't mind finding out how much trouble I'm getting into.
Why don't I go to ask him right now and come back to the Rattler, tell you what I found out?
Thank you.
It's a pleasure.
Where are the drawings?
I'm coming back for them later. We have a bigger problem right about now. The Americans and the Australians hired David Grief to find our inventor.
What do you suggest we do?
Well, I've already done it. Grief thinks I'm questioning you about Weir. I'm going back to the Rattler after.
And then you'll kill him?
Always do what has to be done.
Shame on me for not being a reader. I have to admit, one place I didn't look.
Victor. It's so good to see you.
Con a con man, Jenny.
It's been a long time.
5 years. Bet you thought you'd lost me for good, didn't you?
What do you want?
Same thing you do. Gyro compass. Now, where is it?
It's not here.
I'd hate to mess up that beautiful face of yours, but I will. Just like that kid I did in New Orleans, remember? Good. Now, where is it?
On another island. I swear, it's not far away from here.
I hope you're telling the truth. Try anything and I'll kill you right here, understand?
Why don't I just tell you where the compass is and you go there by yourself?
Because I'm not stupid, Jenny. I know you too well.
You don't know me, Victor. You only slept with me.
Oh, I know you, Jenny. I've had 5 years to think about you while I was doing your time for killing that mangy wharf rat.
Only shot him in the shoulder. He would have lived. You are the one who cut him so bad he bled to death.
Keep it down.
Did you ever find me?
You're always talking about disappearing in the South Seas.
It was a big place.
It is. You're the kind of woman people remember. I've been following your career for a while now. I even know about your dear departed husband.
Don't talk to me about Kurt.
How'd you do him in, anyway? Huh? I bet my life he didn't die of natural causes. Glad to see you haven't lost your spirit. That was always one of your charms. But try something like that again. I'll cut your heart out. Do I make myself clear? Jenny?
What happened?
I don't know. She's supposed to meet me on the right.
She never showed up. I saw her leaving the bar a while ago with a man I'd never seen before.
From the looks of it, I'd say she didn't want to go with him. She might have been kidnapped.
Why?
Because she wanted to know about this man.
Brian Wheeler. What does he have to do with Jenny?
She said said she was going to see what she could find out about Wheeler. Maybe she asked the wrong questions to the wrong people.
I don't understand.
3 nations and a flotilla of Navy ships are looking for this man. Whoever kidnapped Wheeler from the Windjam was willing to murder to get him. I'm afraid she might have walked into a hornet's nest.
What are these numbers?
It's like a code of some sort. 18-6, 18-6. It's the 18th of June. It's the date when the supply station was attacked and Wheeler was kidnapped.
And these? 20S152W.
Maybe south or west?
South or west of what?
20 south and 152 west. Latitude or longitude. Maybe that's where Wheeler is and Jenny.
You done?
Take it easy.
Who the hell are you?
I'm a long-lost friend of Jenny's. Now put the gun down, or I'll kill her.
And you wonder why we haven't kept in touch.
Good boy. Throw it toward me. And over the drawings. Pretty clever. You haven't left anything out, have you? 'Cause if you have, I'll have to kill you.
No, I swear. It's complete.
Good.
Victor. Victor, you need a partner. You were never good with people.
True. The last time we were partners, I ended up in jail.
Come on, Victor, don't be stupid. I already have the buyer in place for these plans. You need me.
I won't have any trouble selling these drawings. You know that.
What about for old time's sake?
The old times were never that good.
What? Hey, remind me to give you a raise.
Don't get your hopes up, David.
Itiaru Island is at latitude 20 south, longitude 152 west.
That may be, but there's no guarantee that Jenny will be there.
Yeah, well, somebody's here. Let's go pay him a visit, shall we?
Damn. Grief and Mauriri are here.
How did they find us?
I don't know.
Let's just kill them both and get out of here.
No, not yet. I might need Grief. Okay, let's go back to the base, hide the drawings, then come back for them later.
That schooner, anchored in the cove, has been in Matavai Harbor a week.
I've noticed it too. Any idea who it belongs to?
Only one way to find out.
We'll bury them, okay? If they find us, we'll tell them I was kidnapped.
Yes, but how do we explain what I'm doing here?
Oh, you're right. It's believable that a woman could get kidnapped, but not the two of us together, huh?
Exactly. So what do we do?
Keep it believable.
Wheelers, not close enough.
Sorry, Tashman, but in my place you would have done the same.
Jenny, it's me.
David.
It's all right. It's over.
Thank God you're here. How did you find me?
I found these in your room.
He must have dropped them when he grabbed me.
Who?
That man. I think he followed me back to my room after I saw Spitzer. He told me he would kill me if I made any trouble.
Do you know who he was?
No, I've never seen him before. When he brought me here, that man was guarding Wheeler.
His invention. What was it?
I don't know. Spitzer wouldn't tell me. And Wheeler didn't have it with him, which made the man who kidnapped me really furious. So he shot Wheeler, and then he shot the guard.
It's all right.
I knew I was next, so I took the gun and shot him.
You're safe now. What is it?
It's probably nothing.
That's not nothing.
It's design. Some kind of compass.
It's a ship's compass. And from the looks of it, it could revolutionize navigation. This must be Wheeler's design. Hard to believe. So many people are dead for lines on paper.
Ryan Wheeler, may he rest in peace. And a toast to you, madame, for finding Wheeler's drawings.
You have to thank David for that.
Well, actually, Mauriri deserves the thanks, but I'll be happy to take it.
Oh, what a surprise.
I need some fresh air. Don't give my seat away.
Another round of drinks on me.
Now there's a surprise.
Another one.
For everybody?
I think so. You don't like her, do you?
That obvious.
Only to the train die. Jealousy?
Perhaps.
Do you have the drawings?
Not exactly. Grief found them. The Americans and the Australians got them now.
How could you let that happen?
Well, I wasn't overwhelmed with any other options.
You've lost us a fortune.
Grief lost us a fortune.
Are you going to let him get away with this? Jenny, do you and Tashman have a plan?
Tashman and I had a parting of the ways. I had to get rid of him.
A bullet to the back, the same way you did Gunther. Don't worry, your secret's safe with me.
I underestimated you, Spitzer.
I suspect your husband made the same mistake with you. I won't be so foolish.
So, we can get along just fine.
So how do you want to go after grief?
It's already in motion.
What's the plan?
He's going to fall in love with me.
God help.
Better still, Cable Paris.